Yo, what's up? This is Splendid Radio on Farside TV. My co-host Jeremy Scipio is out there hitting the stage tonight. Said it was something very important. You know what I'm saying? I'll take it. But I got another part of Splendid Radio family, Mr. Amaru. You know what I'm saying? He's stepping in. We got another guest that's gonna come in a second, Continental T, to discuss a few of the current events and whatnot. How you been, man?
Hey man, I'm chilling. I've been all right. A little stressed out. Let me take that back. I'm a little stressed out, you know, seeing the current situation. Somebody like me stressed out because I fit all the descriptions. APB go out, I'm that guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm the big black guy. And so shit like this is going on in the country. That shit worries me. Because I travel, I'm a comic. So I gotta go through them red states and in them little small towns where I might be the only nigga in 100-mile radius type of shit. So my anxiety and stress levels go up. Uh,
Well,
you
well, I'll
know,
say this, man. Uh, you said that you was chilling, and I will say literally, because you you
yeah, man. Yeah,
you
we going through what's the one of them Arctic blasts for next week. Yeah.
so what's up, man? What how cold is it where you at?
Right now it is 19 degrees.
Ah, man.
Feel like 15 outside. Yeah.
It should be a shame for a person's mouth to even say something like that.
Man, look here. When I used to tour up north, man, and the UP, look here. I was in Marquette one time and hanging out with the locals after the show. It was real late night. We driving. It's cold as hell, and I knew it was below zero, but I didn't know how below zero. We driving by the bank, and they got the clock outside or whatever, and then it had showed the temperature, and it said like 14 or something like that.
Oh,
And I looked again. I said, does that say -14? It was like, yeah. Like nonchalant. I'm like, send me home. This is crazy. Man, look here. I can't do it, man.
yeah. I say about the coldest I've experienced has been Canada. Moving around
Yeah,
up there, like in the middle of Canada, not Vancouver and not Toronto, but like them little spots that they got
the heart of the cold.
yeah, that they got in the middle.
Where
I'm like, man,
the cold got a heartbeat there.
hey man, I've worn jeans and thermals and felt like I was butt naked with water thrown on me, man. Like I'm just like, man, how do these people do it, man?
Man, there's people out here still, wearing shorts. They wear shorts. I saw somebody with shorts on yesterday. I'm like, come on, man. And you know it
Yeah,
ain't us.
hey, and in LA, I turn my smile upside down if it's 65, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
You showing off. You showing off. 65. Whew.
I wore shorts up until let me see, today is Tuesday, Monday. Did I wear shorts
Ain't
yesterday?
that a
I
bitch?
might, yeah, I wore shorts yesterday, but I realized that it was, I'm indoors, so but I realized I was tripping.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
you know
man.
what I'm
I
saying?
wore shorts yesterday.
So so nah, man, we gonna warm it up. We gonna warm it up. So the Grammys. We had the Grammys. We had some cool talent that got show, that got displayed and whatnot. Um, your boy Kendrick, he came in, he did his thing, he walked away with five. I think well deserved. You know what I'm saying? Even though the Grammys came off of a song that was part of this whole little diss thing and whatnot. But I'll tell you this: for me, um, and we'll get into the Super Bowl, but I'm kind of with the Grammys the same way I was with the Super Bowl, which is like, man, I haven't watched the Super Bowl, man, in probably like 4 years.
I didn't watch it this year.
I didn't
I
watch it
saw
this year.
I
I
saw
did
a
not
couple
watch
clips
it.
or whatever, but I didn't watch it.
No way. Hold on one second. I'm gonna bring Continental T in
Yep, yep.
real quick. Let me see here. Yeah, but no, I didn't watch it, man. I kind of feel like, oh, hold on one second. What's up, sir?
What's up?
Oh yeah.
Let me get this right.
Oh yeah, nah, you got it. But I was basically we're talking about the Grammys, and I was telling Amaru how, my thought on the Grammys is pretty much the way it was or has been with the Super Bowl, where like, man, I haven't seen the Grammys in about maybe 4 years. No, I'll tell you the last Grammys I watched. The last Grammys I watched, and it's so funny. Me saying this, I really got to look at the reason why I stopped watching them. But the last Grammys, no, the last Grammys I watched had Tribe Called Quest, and I remember they didn't give Tribe Called Quest a Grammy, and Q-Tip had got mad and went on this whole rant.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, he was like, Quest Love, he got me to come and do it, and to get out here, and we didn't want to perform, and we went out there and performed, and they said it was gonna be all good, and we didn't get a Grammy. And then I was just like, man, if Tribe Called, and it was like, I want to believe it was after Fife had died, not too far after he had died, but it was the album that they did after Fife had died. And I was just kind of on something where I was like, man, they done got this dude to come out here. He
That's the
don't even
last time you watched the Grammys?
Yeah.
Shit, you better than me. I can't. I can't remember who was on the shit I watched last. Maybe it was the tribute to hip hop or some shit I watched. What year when they did the tribute to hip hop, the OGs and everybody was there.
I don't know. But see, the reason I wanted Continental T in here, he got a whole nother little perspective jumping off because he's in the mix. And so
Yeah,
him being in the
that's why I asked, I didn't want to talk shit. You know me a little bit better. But like, yeah, because I get the invites, you know what I'm saying? And so for me, I don't go just because I wouldn't say, I was just a little kid when Tribe was up there. I think the Grammys kind of went out whack for me about 10 years ago. But I
Yeah.
literally kind of like talk shit about it because I can't get a Grammy, but every year the Grammys send me awards. I always rap about this. And
Yeah.
it's a funny game to be within. Like what's going on with the Grammys, how they do all of their votes. My
But
son, he's getting into music. He said to me the other day, he said, Dad, why don't they just let America go online and vote? I said,
oh man. He living in a fantasy world, man.
I said, nah, I ain't gonna go like that, buddy.
Well, it's supposed to be a body of your peers that vote, and then they do whatever. And so it was like it was Omas from Sarah and Questlove were supposed to be like the advocates to kind of bring people in because they were having a problem with, I mean, it's the same stuff with the Super Bowl. They were having
For sure. I hate to bring this up right now, but I'm gonna say it anyways. But like my ex Shorty is on the Grammy panel.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another reason why I say I'll never get a Grammy. So it gets so deep with the politics. You don't know who the hell is over there that is delegating what is the best record, and people get emotional. So when you think about that, you look at what happened with Kendrick, and then you translate that to Hove never liking Drake, really.
Mm-hmm.
He put on a Super Bowl. So what do you thought he was gonna do?
Well,
you know what I mean? He's like, I know if I call up K Dot in 3 months, normally for the Super Bowl, we would be hearing about rehearsals.
half you're out. Half you're out.
We doing rehearsals almost 8 months before. So they did that in 3 months, and then they broke records. The boy actually accomplished a whole bigger picture that was just in front of Donald Trump too, though.
Nah, we gonna get to that. That's definitely on. That's definitely on the ledger. We gonna get to it, but with these Grammys, I feel like, well, I took Q-Tip's sentiment, which his sentiment was they used this to get the viewership up, to promote it, and to let people know that we were gonna perform. and we did all this. And dude, I'm real cool with Tip's manager, and dude, Tip don't like to come out the house. Yeah, and he had some family, he had a situation going on where he wasn't, inclined to leave the house. And when I say that, it's like, I know people that offered Tip a grip to come out to LA and DJ, and he refused, just flat out, just strictly refused. I mean, a lot of money, man, a lot of money.
I know exactly what it was. It was $250,000 that he'd get paid to come out here and DJ.
But he'll do something in Brooklyn for next to nothing. Just and his manager was just kind of like, man, that's just who he is. So I looked at it like, well, okay, they dangle this carrot in front of the dude. They get him to come out here. He does this big show he didn't want to do and all that stuff, and he gets the Grammy viewership up, and he does all that for them to snub him. And I was just kind of like, man, this is a cult. Which for me, I try not to let my industry experiences.
I got something so good for you right now.
I try to be as unbiased as possible, because I understand, like perfect example. When Old Town Road came out, the song, Lil Nas X. When I heard that song, I heard hit. Immediately I heard hit. I heard a lot of money. Like that's the way my ears hear stuff. But peep this. I didn't care for the song, but I would say I'm probably, one of my superpowers is that I can be bipartisan when it comes to stuff, and not just it's my way. I knew that the song wasn't for me, but I knew that there was enough people in America and enough people in the world that were going to gravitate to that song that it was going to take off. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I understand.
Well, let's switch parallels in the ideal of that, because we bring it about hip hop. And, especially when you think about Black artists, to be quite honest, Billie Eilish got snuffed to Beyonce.
Dang.
How you feel about that? Baby Girl did over, what was it, 100 or 300 million more streams than Beyonce did. Like, what the hell? And we all know Cowboy Carter was not Beyonce's Grammy award-winning project. And I love her to death. My daughter's named after her. That's her second cousin. But I promise you, no, that should not. Billy, it goes that, and that's what I was talking about when I brought it to the Super Bowl, because I said politics already showed. Like when Kendrick Lamar walked on the stage, a crowd of white people sang out A minor. And he got 5 Grammys. And the boy, Drizzy Drake, was nowhere to be found. He's in Australia.
He was in the car crying.
He was in the car crying, bro. He was in the car crying.
We're gonna get to that. We got a whole little spot.
We at the Grammys. I'm saying the Grammys alone.
Yeah,
ain't no way. Every time the boy walked up there, they playing. You hear him like young. He's like, shit. And like that. And then you got Jay-Z in the front, like.
So after all that, after the Super Bowl, Drake dropping a new album, how you think that's gonna be received?
We gonna get to that.
I'm about to say, G, should we go there yet?
Let me get to these ends and outs.
Get there, G.
We gonna get there. We gotta warm it up, man. We gotta, because there's so much to it. There's so much to it. So GNX the album. Okay. So the I'll say the generation of right now, they're not an album listening to generation. They don't have the attention span. You know what I'm saying? They barely can hold a 2-minute video or something online. And that's the one thing that I will say is genius about social media. They understand a person's attention span is right around a minute. And if it's something that they're really interested in, they'll follow it a little further. And I say that to say,
the internet is what did it.
I mean, I wouldn't say that full-heartedly. something that we've always learned in marketing is snippets always get the engine revving. You know what I mean? So because I used to try to translate it to like, oh man, social media really changed it, but it really didn't. Like we really always saw marketing.
It personified it. It personified it.
High five to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we saw it. We just saw it at different aspects as they could give us through communications with the technology of the day. Now it's so much faster. Obviously, if I send you a clip of my song in 15 seconds, you may download it, and now you heard the whole song is actually 2 minutes long, 3 minutes long. We've always got it like that. I feel like I think that we just see it faster due to technology.
So for me, it's my business to listen to an album every week. But I'll say to my fault, they're not new albums. So I'll go back and I'll say, okay, I was listening to this back in 80, whoop de whoop, or I was listening to this back in 90, whoop de whoop, or the 2000s, and I'll say, man, from my recollection, this album impacted me this way. So I'll say, you know what? Sunday's my slow day. I'm just gonna listen. I'm gonna start at about 9 o'clock in the morning. Maybe listen to it on the way to the farmer's market. If I'm not going to the farmer's market, I'll just be at the house for a good, and I'll give it a good hour and 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And I'll listen and I'll say, how has my mind either evolved or devolved from something that I felt meant so much to me? So I'll say all that to say, the GNX album, I gave it a listen. Like I wanted to, like I saw a bunch of things because it was like when it came out, he flooded social media like that. It was just stuff everywhere. It wasn't as held back as like a La Russell campaign where La Russell will literally give you a shot glass of and keep on giving it to you and giving it to you. And by the time he stretched the content,
his monetization and his rapport with how he does it right now, like for a lot of us artists in it, we can't copy him. We gotta let him keep doing it like that because what he has is monumental. Like the whole,
I think it's different. I like that dude. I like what he's doing.
Yeah, if we all started doing it, like it would suck. So like the other way, so we gotta market another way where we gotta clip ourselves. But he has a cool way where he's damn near releasing a single. Like last time I was over there, it's like 4 singles a week, and they got a video. They all got a little 1-minute video to them.
They all on the same accord. I love it.
Yeah,
I love that. I love that he worked with Richie Rich, man. That's who I want to work. I want to do a song with Richie Rich, yo. That's man. Look at here. I love that shit. I'm like, oh damn, this dude doing a song with Richie Rich and shit.
Nah, I mean he's mad positive. That's one of the biggest things.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. I feel like that's the breath of Kendrick. Touching all the next young MCs that's making music. They want to talk about something that actually makes sense.
Well, that ain't just them. I do that in my music. It's a longing for that shit. The dumbing down of America and our children is too much for me. And to lift to music, and especially at my age, our age, people our age, we ain't got that much time to be wasting. To be listening to some bullshit, you know what I'm saying? And to hear La Russell, cats like him, is to me breath of fresh air.
Breath of fresh air.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so then it makes me feel good that from my last couple records that I've been on this lane, homie. I knew it was gonna come circle back. You know what I'm saying? Because we long for that. We long for. I was listening so. Greg, you was talking about how you was listening to some older records and everything. I did that today at the gym. I was listening to some. I don't usually listen to slow music, but it popped on. It was some old Boys II Men. You know what I'm saying? Doing Just Fine. Mama.
Bro, don't play with me.
Man, look here.
Don't play with me.
Look here, I'm listening. I'm in there damn near singing. Boy, I'm like, reminiscing about, okay, what kid was this one? okay, it was 2 kids on this song. You know what I'm saying? It was 2 kids on this one.
Dude, it's funny you bring that up. Literally last week, like my wifey, she only 28. So she don't know nothing about that. So I was over here singing this in the car the other day. I had tears in my eyes. I'm just because I said, hold on, here come Wanye. I said, you don't know who Wanye is. Hold up, but he's about to come in.
Yo,
I said,
don't it do it to you?
I said, watch it.
Don't it do it to you, boy? Don't it do it to you?
That album was a killer.
Yo, man.
That was speaking of albums that we would play to, that album Evolution was a road trip for me and my pops whenever I got to spend time with him.
Yo.
And I will say, as far as what I listen to today, ironically, I had posted it and tagged Jeremy in it. But I was listening to Nas, Illmatic. That's what I was playing.
Yeah, I ain't pulled that out in a while.
Nas can do no wrong when it comes to your boy. When it comes to your boy, Mr. Sippy, there is no wrong.
There is no wrong.
I
posted it. I said at 6 a.m. I'm playing Illmatic. Word to Jeremy Scipio. He reposted it.
I can't be mad at it. I can't be mad at it.
So I'm probably, me and Amaru are probably closer to the same age.
I'm 51.
Oh, okay, shoot. I'm older. I
got the young card tonight.
Yeah, I'm the elder. So
I'm 36.
Okay. I'm gonna start with you, Continental T. What does Public Enemy mean to you?
All right, that go back because like Public Enemy goes. It means a lot. If I I could go from the start of the music, right?
Yeah, no, because
and the influence that happened from the music.
That's
the irony of the people that worked on the music and what they influenced after even that time. So you think about, Jam Master literally putting 50 Cent on. Like, what the hell? And then you think about what Run did. Run literally Run was Steve Harvey before Steve Harvey. Remember Run sitting in the bathtub?
He was a lot. But the reason I asked, okay, so over the weekend, I hung out with Slink on Saturday.
Oh, word.
And so we ain't had no, like I'm trying to get some cracking with him. And so we've been going about it, not in person. And I was like, man, I need to expedite this situation. So I spoke him up, we was chilling, woo. And I was like, you know what? The album that I'm going to listen to this weekend is going to be America's Most Wanted. This was on Saturday before, whatever. And I was tripping because Slink is a little younger than me. But dude, he knew every word, and he was like, and see, Slink comes from I want to say Arkansas. He comes from Arkansas, and he moved to LA. I believe he said when he was 10. Yeah. I believe he said when he was 10, and so I was like, how does a dude that comes from Arkansas, and I can't remember where he said he was from, but it was a very small town. Like a town is where he came from. And so I was like, you come to LA and you in the middle of what it is, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, I think it was because I was, because usually LA, if people are older and come to LA, it's just too much for their mind to consume a lot of times. Sure. Some people can do it, some people can't.
Yeah.
But he was saying because he came at 10, it was easy for him to acclimate because he really hadn't been exposed to anything that was that much different. You know what I'm saying? And so when he came to LA, it was just a progressive.
It was just another setting. I totally get that because I was kind of forced into that. I don't know if you remember. Like Suge brought me out here back when I was like 13, 14.
Dang.
And I had to get acclimated real quick. So and it was just something that he just felt because my pops wasn't around. And, you know, him and his cousin, they just wanted me in the music. They know I was going to do the music, but they ain't want me to be no bitch.
Yeah.
So they made sure I went to the set and got corrected, you know? So when you see that stuff, like I tell my son now, it's like, you'll never know what it feels like to be poor. Like, you know, I didn't even as a child understood that we didn't have a lot until I realized we didn't have a lot, you know? Because it's like when you start seeing the world, it's a lot.
Public Enemy came out when I was in the 8th or the 9th grade. And I can't remember what tape I had, but it was one of my first 3 tapes, me and a foster kid, you know, when I was free. You know, I grew up with Jehovah's Witness. So when I went to this particular foster home, rap music was just all that shit. So it was DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince,
Facts.
Bell Biv DeVoe,
Facts.
and it was another record that I had that I traded for Public Enemy because the dude that I traded it for, he didn't like it because it was Public Enemy. You know, he think this shit is whack. You know, I was like, well, let me get it. I didn't know who they was, but when I was listening to the lyrics and that shit just hit me. I'm like, damn, this is different. They talking about ooh, you know, and I appreciate that so much in retrospect because I think it molded my 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 musical direction in life. You know what I'm saying? It was something totally different because we at that time we was listening to NWA. You know, when that shit was coming out, Boys and all that old shit, and everybody else. Ice-T was out then.
For sure, for sure. I
Power
mean, but then Ice-T came to work with them. And
with
they
Public
started
Enemy.
yeah. And they started working with their producers and all of that. And a
Is
few
that
other
is that how that developed into the rock band that he started fucking
Nah,
with?
that's a nah.
that's something else.
Yeah,
Okay.
nah, that's something else. So the reason why, so when I was introduced to Public Enemy, it was back when uh even gangbangers understood the respect for like collegiate aspirations. And so we were so
I like
the
how you said
crew,
that.
the people who I hung out with, like from we'll say like 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade on up to 12th grade, our role models in a way. It was like, okay, you're going to go to college, even if you go to a junior college, and then that connection. And then you had shows like A Different World, you know, showing positive stuff. And then people that didn't come from families that may have been the mother and father together, you know, even if you had like single parents or just whatever, we had stuff that we could watch on TV that gave us some nutrients. You know what I'm
Yeah, for
saying?
sure.
And I'm going somewhere with this, I promise.
Nah, I know where you're going. I'm riding.
So it's like when Public Enemy came out, we had already had School Days, which like that was like a positive thing that I attached myself to and whatnot. And so then Spike Lee, he's they're coming out with the movie Do the Right Thing. And so Fight the Power was was one of the songs that went along to the soundtrack of that. And so how Public Enemy was kind of marketed to me, you see Spike Lee, the director of this film, Do the Right Thing, Black awareness, you know, kind of gave us a and you know what? That was kind of the cheat code, because watching a movie like Do the Right Thing, it showed the clash of races or whatever, but you also got to see like your aunt, your uncle, your grandmother,
Public Enemy. Now that you saying it, Public Enemy helped with the narration of Do the Right Thing for me.
It really did.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I saw Do the Right, I was reflecting back to Pump. I was like, that's what them niggas was talking about too. It just helped fill in some gaps with Do the Right Thing and School Days and shit like that. It was a roadmap to consciousness, and that's why I think the dude that traded it, that he didn't want to be conscious. He wanted the NWA, fuck the police, all that old shit. He wanted the hood shit. And when he heard this, it was kryptonite to him. He was like, yeah, he thought he was getting over on me. He thought he was getting over.
So
that's why I feel like, they pose so much influential towards. After that, then you got your B grader them with running them, like I was trying to talk about earlier, and I feel like that actual hip hop expression is damn near being evolved, and it keeps just coming back like over and over. Because I feel like that same energy that Public Enemy gave is what you hear in Kendrick.
So okay. Yeah.
I was about to get it all there, but I didn't want to cut you off. I want everybody to speak. I was telling y'all about running them, but I was trying to bring it back to why I was speaking about them, because I feel like they were their kids, damn near, you know what I'm saying? And we watched what that started off, but we had a revolution of music, and like as far as as a producer myself, the way that the sound was changing, like even the way that homie was cutting, like shit, man. Even today, man, like making records with my son, and he's doing the oh my god. I'm like, oh shit, that's how we used to hear that. The sound is on the back of the record. I'm like, oh shit, he gets it. You know what I mean? And I think like certain things like that is what make you think about Flav. You know what I mean? So you're like, shit, these guys were very influential.
So when you come from with the cinematography, okay, the video. Now, you didn't have no YouTube. You might have had the box, but basically it was MTV, and everybody worshipped the MTV was the guy. If you like music, that was the guy. That was when they talk about people.
And I didn't have cable, so I was at somebody else's house watching it.
I was the cable. I was outside with the hanger like this. Move to the left, nigga.
So you had Public Enemy performing in Brooklyn. You had all these different rap artists that are doing cameos in the video before the cameos were cameo. You have Spike Lee shooting the video, which is a feature film director, and
it was an immediate threat. They was an immediate threat, yo.
The vision that we're getting, or that I got when I saw Public Enemy, was like, dang, these are some brothers. They walking in formation. I'm
like Black Panthers.
Unity. Yeah. But it was different though, because even with Public Enemy, you had Hispanic people that was down with it. You had white people that was down with it. You had Asian people that was down with it.
But it goes to the thing I always tell everybody: Black people are the most copied race on this planet, and we will forever be.
Yeah.
It was kind of like it was kind of like it was a revolution, because it was like they'll make it like it was like a Black Renaissance or something like that going on, but we had everybody who was kind of down, and the people.
It's more equality. I mean, that's something I feel like all of our biggest Black leaders that are not from this time, from the time that y'all time growing up, my time growing up, the real Black leaders that were here prior to, it was about equality. So
yeah, I think
our style opens the doors for everybody to come and watch.
I think they were a pivotal moment in time that should come up in conversations. They moved something. They moved the needle for sure.
Well, the full circle I'm coming to is I posted a video where Nas did a song. He did a song, and it was I'm not sure if it was like a Fight the Power. Oh, you know what it was? Questlove. I want to say Questlove did like a newer version of a Public Enemy song where he was playing the drums, and Nas started off rapping, and then it had Public Enemy in it. and it showed some like Public Enemy's old footage or whatever. And I remember I posted it on Instagram and I said, the record industry ain't gonna never let this happen again. You know what I'm saying? like it was actually Public Enemy was one of those groups that provided the soul food. You know what I'm saying? And it was
they were a threat.
It was potent, but then Professor Griff went through his trials and tribulations, and they got him out the group, and then it wasn't as serious as it was, and not to take anything away from Flav or Chuck, but Flav was more. He was the MC, but Flav was like the jester. He was the hype man. He was the, you know what I'm saying? He could, and then Chuck.
Yeah, but he like I was saying, he created an ad-lib phenomenon for hip hop.
He did. So to bring it full circle, me saying, man, there's never gonna be a group like this. It's not gonna be nothing like this. Woo woo. For Kendrick,
I was like, you better say something about that man real quick, because I'm
gonna say a little bit. We're gonna get to the topic at hand. But he did what they did with the technology of today. And the twist on it is, see, with Public Enemy, you heard and saw them coming 2 miles away. So it's like, oh man, you got black militant, da-da-da-da-da-da. With the Kendrick situation, dude, nobody saw that. Like, and so for me,
I hate to say, I'm so sorry, but I saw it.
Then you are a savant.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying? I'll say.
I got a lot of cheat codes. I won't lie. People tell me certain things, but there was certain, like that whole set. I wrote that Joker like 5 times with a couple other people just to see. I even wrote it with my son. When we watched it, he screamed at the end, "You were so right. You were right." I was like, man, but it's based upon marketing, like I was talking about earlier. It's not even just based upon like what was happening. So when I say like Rock Nation does the Super Bowl, Jay don't really like Drake. Boy gets 5 Grammys. It only makes sense for all of that to line up to that live stage. So it's like when you look at it, it's like, damn, they kind of set this shit up for this. And they planned out some of the things that he was going to say. There was records that I know that they wanted to do, but they couldn't do. And because they really wanted to do Not Like Us, they had to suffer. So people are like, oh man, I wish you would have did this. It's like, bro, I wanted to do Not Like Us so y'all can sing A minor. Is that y'all gonna have to get what y'all can get. But then he also had a deeper message. And speaking of Public Enemy, and that's what that performance was. It was, Samuel L. Jackson playing Uncle Sam. He took it from the top and brought it all the way down. He literally made it look like it's a video game because he's saying that we're inside of a game. He's like, you guys picked the right time, but the wrong guy. He's saying that to Donald Trump.
I got you. I got a question for you, Continental T. Where are your people from?
My people are from originally from Gary, Indiana.
Hey, nigga, I was born there.
Nah, don't play me.
Yeah, I play.
My pops from Okanoke Project.
Yeah,
oh man, Gary. Only thing I know about Gary is the movie with Fred Williamson and Pam Grier. And homeboy was Sparrow.
Gangsta,
Drew Down.
Look, yeah. What's called Gangsters? Original Gangsters.
Original Gangsters. Yeah. Oh man, Gary boy. Ooh wee. Yeah, y'all come from the mud, man.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
no. I mean, like for
my
me,
GPS
I wasn't born in Gary, but like my sister was. But like when she was even born there, it was still murder capital.
Yeah.
I lost.
When I pull up, my
lost too many
GPS
people
know I
from
pull
Gary.
up.
Huh? Say what?
I said GPS systems know when you pull up to Gary.
GI, man. GI, nigga. Like I love, like I lost people before I was even born.
my daddy was a notorious pimp, and Gary, and he my grandmother made him leave Gary by gunpoint. She was like, "You got to leave here, homie."
And
He was
you
like,
know how
"I got
smart
to move
Gary.
out."
You know how smart Gary is. If we sit down and talk for 1 hour, we know somebody that knows somebody.
I bet you do.
I know we do. Ain't no way.
Ain't no way. We do.
Ain't no way, because Gary that small, bro. Is that small?
I bet you know. Like, I bet you know how house we lived in. It was an old yellow house used to be there. It's gone now, but it's an old yellow house used to be off Broadway.
Bro, they took down everything. Like even like when my pops went to school, like Roosevelt.
Yep. Yeah, they took that. Yeah, my family went to school. Yeah. I got some family still live across the street from that.
See, look, we about to do it. We about to connect it. We about to connect it.
Because some of my family went to school with the Jacksons, and my uncle was best friends with Michael Jackson up into the 5th grade or whatever.
The Jacksons performed at my auntie's birthday, dude. We stayed 3 streets down from them. And when he passed away, we got to go into the old house and all of that.
Man.
So
yeah.
No, so the reason I asked you, we
had a Gary moment. That's how it be. We talk about Gary. You making me hungry too, because I want, you know what I want to
eat. Hey. Nah. So the reason that I asked is because I'm a foundational Black American, and you guys are foundational Black Americans too. And the way that we see things are going to be different. And it's because of our experience and our people's experience and whatnot. So for me, before we got into our political situation and where it's at, the little things that I saw leading to that was kind of like, I explained it to my pops, like when you go to the dentist and if you got a deep cavity or you're getting a root canal done, when the dentist gets close to that nerve, you're going to tense up. You know what I'm saying? That's just your body. You're going to do something to just make sure he don't go too far and you can communicate with him cool enough so you don't experience any true pain. Well, watching, the current person that's in office right now, that nerve, man, the drill, the smell of the tube, all that stuff. Dude, I was tightening up and they're like, "Oh, Greg, relax." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "Hey, man, my ears are hearing you. My ears are hearing you telling me to relax, but my body, everything I know, love, worship, every single thing is telling me something different." So with being a foundational Black American, my dad picked cotton. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no slavery, but that was just a way that Black people could make money. Back then in like the 50s. You know what I'm saying?
Oil.
In Brookhaven, Mississippi.
Gary, Indiana. My grandpa was doing the oil. I don't know if you remember about that. They was doing the oil big.
Well, I'll say this. Our forefathers have done things that have not been fun at all, 0, and treated crazy as hell while doing these things that aren't fun and making no money while getting treated crazy as hell and doing these things that aren't fun.
That's still today.
But that's the thing, though.
Always imitated, never compensated.
That's what. Come on, man. Most copied race on this planet. I've never seen one person and I'm mixed. I've never seen one person in my life say, "I want to be like a white guy. I want to be like a Mexican. I want to be like a Puerto Rican. I want to be like an Asian." No, they all want to be like Black people. They turn up Public Enemy and they all act Black.
Well,
until we come around.
I say that the reason that I say that is because if someone says something that makes light of what my foundational Black experience is, or what you guys' foundational Black experiences is, and they don't connect to it. So it's kind of like we're tripping for looking at what we're looking at or seeing what we're seeing because they haven't had that experience. Like, I know somebody who is he's Puerto Rican and he's black, but he's never really connected with the Puerto Rican side, and he hasn't been around any foundational black Americans, and so he doesn't really think racism is a thing like that. He thinks that, you know,
well,
the
I'm
world is
black
very
and Puerto
simple.
Rican, and I tell you right now, that's ironic you say that.
That's your cheat code though, where you're old enough to understand. Because this is the thing with a lot of those Latin countries, they'll be racist against each other. You know,
that's
what I'm
a
saying?
fact. No, it's a big fact, dude. I'm dealing with a lot of things in regards to that. You know,
Like totally different than classism.
No, for sure. My wifey's Mexican, so like Mexicans and Puerto Ricans, we truly don't really even get along. Who's the better Hispanic? It's like the fight.
We are, yeah. So yeah, nah. So we are people. So I say that to say, with the climate and where we at right now, I just learned I'm not happy with what's going on, and I'm human. So if I'm looking at social media, if I'm reading or just whatever, it'll make me feel a certain way. But I also have to understand everyone's experience isn't my experience, and so they're not gonna feel it how I feel it. And for me to try to get them to feel it is a mute point to a great extent, because the thing about it is, it's kind of like you having a homeboy, and your homeboy is gonna ride with you, but depending on how cool the homeboys you are, they might get off the bus a couple stops before something crazy is gonna happen, where whatever crazy is gonna happen is your stop. So it's kind of like damn, do I get off ahead of time, or and then just walk around, or take my time, or this is my stop, it's something that I just got to deal with, so I just got to get off the bus, and I don't have the luxury of getting off a couple exits.
I don't think that, like, growing up in that type of time, in that era, if you were doing things like that, you didn't really hop off that bus, you follow through. I feel like the kids of the generation, even my own kids, just raising them to see what they're becoming, the fight isn't there as it was, for my generation, and even, for the generation prior to me. And you can see, you can smell the punk on them.
So the reason why I'm bringing all this up, because we about to jump into the double dutch, but I had to lay down a little bit of it before we get there. No, because it brings context. At least I feel it brings context.
No, you riding it, yeah.
So it's not just, okay, I'm just gonna feel this way, or I'm gonna say this or whatever, and I'm just creating it from something as simple as a social media post or something like this. Nah, this is what I'm seeing, this is what I'm feeling, this is what's going on. So the Super Bowl, it went down, it happened. Before we get to the halftime show, what was your prediction? We'll start with you, Continental T.
Honestly, bro, the Chiefs were supposed to win, but obviously I got fed wrong information.
Okay, so you Amaru.
I didn't, although I didn't watch the whole game, saw snippets. I was hoping the Chiefs lost.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you how social media plays into this.
They played me like a bitch.
So, so I wasn't gonna watch the game. I got issues. Like, it's very difficult for me to get into the Raiders because they bumped out on us. It's very difficult for me to get into the Rams because they bumped out on us. But I did go to a Rams game about a month ago, and it was I went like first class everything. So it was just a different experience. But
it's funny you bring them up. I got some first. Is it still on the stairs? Let me see that real quick. I just got some exclusive Ram stuff in the mail accidentally, because somebody who used to stay at my house is in the Rams club.
He said accidentally.
But hey, look, though, I will say this: the week before, we had got like we got the Rams, like the cheerleaders came to my house, bro, and they brought me a whole bunch of stuff for my baby that's about to be born. So when I saw this box, I just saw LA Rams Club, and I'm like, I'm about to rip this up. I think they sent us some more stuff. It was for somebody else, but yeah. I got like little passes and whatnot. This is fire.
Oh man, I get my little floss on. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We down with the Rams.
They got nothing.
We got nothing.
We down. We down with the Rams family.
Hold up. Watch out, Tyler.
Amaru said, hold on, I ain't got nothing. Let me bring something out.
Damn all that. Damn. Get on that ass right there, man.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's necessity. My dad say every year, the Bears should win. We not gonna win.
Well, I don't know who on the team. I just look good in the jacket. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that straight right there. You know, Refrigerator Perry, he's still playing.
So I say all that to say, I saw a post on Sunday morning, and it said Disney is down with the NFL, and supposedly the script got whistle blown by and the Chiefs are supposed to win, and blah 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 blah.
This is not blah blah blah, bro. This ain't blah blah blah. I'm telling you that I know.
I even heard
people.
I even heard what's the name? He was supposed to be spilling some beans about it being rigged.
About his wife,
the one that retired. His wife
who's a part of the family, right?
No one to retire. What's his name? The quarterback.
Yeah, Brady.
Yeah. He was supposed to have some information. He
wasn't supposed to. He had it, and us like who knew. And I feel like they did it to rig it so that they rig it every year, bro. So I'm like, y'all flipped it. That's crazy, and only the billionaires gonna know. I ain't a billionaire, so I ain't gonna know. But everybody was already told, like, yo, they paid off the referees, and we saw it in the first quarter. He's like, what the hell was that? Right? And then they flipped the whole game and let them dudes go skunked out. Like, what? Come on, bro. Mahomes is a way better quarterback than that, bro. Look at the yardage that he did.
They sacked him 4 or 5 times or some shit.
What?
Somebody got to get beat up in the locker room, homie.
Somebody got to get beat up.
Y'all had a meeting without me, baby.
That's what I'm saying. And then you got Hall of Famers talking about how Super Bowls that they played were rigged, and they talking about it on podcasts. So it's real now.
Mm-hmm.
So niggas can't lie about it and say these games ain't rigged. I've been and seen the fights be rigged. I've sat in a room. Shit, I didn't sign no NDA. I've sat in rooms with these dudes doing paperwork to do this craziness. And you like, yo, I'm not going to speak of the boxers, but you both know them. And you like, yo, why would y'all do that? It's all marketing.
Well, I got something almost as cool as Amaru's dog. We got Jeremy up in the chat. You know what I'm saying? He poked his toe in for a hot second. You know
my dog over here doing the lazy.
He said they switched the referee.
Look, this man over here doing the lazy.
Oh man,
I don't know why he think he can do that, but whatever.
Oh, he said nobody look good in Bears uniform. I ain't say I look good in this jacket. Goddamn it! White people walk past me, but like that's a fantastic jacket. Like I know.
Well, y'all look at me like I'm y'all look at me like I'm an animal abuser because my hounds is outside right now in the back, out there in those
you elements. Do look like an animal abuser. His dog is in his arms and mine is on the couch, and you say yours is outside.
Yeah,
they got 2 different homes that they got.
Amaru, we looking kind of white.
No, hey, I get my white on there. Look here.
I'm about to get my white on. Come on. You make me feel jealous.
Right, this is my homie right here.
Mine
on real quick.
They have each other, and they either got the doggy glue that they can kick it in, or they can go into the house. They got the cool little, thanks to Brown, saving me some time and energy. I kind of upgraded their crib a week ago, and I had some linoleum put on the one crib. You know what I'm
saying? Okay. You
said
they have each other. Yeah, okay, Con, they got each other.
He don't like when I be in the studio doing shit. So he knows he got.
I'm trying to get this man credit on every record. He here for everything.
Right. He like, why you telling my business?
Gotta give him some points. Got to give him some points. So, and the reason why I brought that up, we are all susceptible to being programmed. Because when I saw the little thing about Disney, and it's so crazy, all they had to do was say Disney. That's a big company. All they had to do was say the Super Bowl. All they had to do was say rig. And so today, I saw a clip of Glorilla, and she said she lost like $125,000. And I was just like, oh, man.
From what, betting?
You said, huh?
From betting?
Yeah, she bet on the game.
Damn.
Listen, my mom didn't listen to me. She put that 5 on the Eagles. She got about 15.
Hey, that's,
I was so stern on it too. I guess she would have been definitely pissed off. But
so the reason why I brought up my separation anxiety and the Raiders and the Rams and all that is because, man, when everything went down with Kaepernick, I kind of felt like it was a slice of phony baloney when Jay-Z gets in the mix, and then everything goes.
Do that.
Oh, come on, man! Everything goes sweet. Everything's supposed to be sweet. Let me tell you something. I haven't watched the game. I ain't watched the game since they.
You didn't watch the game?
I have not watched the game.
That is not what it is for. I try to tell
you know what.
Right, it's about that halftime. It's
That's
about
not the truth.
Up.
You know what?
Taylor Swift bought $327 million last year, and then the other first year was like $30 million more.
And this is how people.
Kendrick just broke the record, and Rock Nation has been doing this halftime show for how many years? I think 5.
Nah,
but more people watch the halftime show than they actually watch the game.
Nah, but this is the thing. And this is how you get caught up. And this is how we all human. I'm over here talking about I ain't watched the Super Bowl in 4 years, 5 years, something ridiculous. Boycotted it on Sunday. I watched the halftime show on the Apple YouTube channel the night after. But give me some first class parking. Give me some carte blanche, walking up into a nice little suite with a gang of great food getting cracked off. I was right up there at the football game. I was right there. I was right there without a thought, man. I was right there. It was even early to get picked up so that I could go. So we human, man. We human. I say that. But yeah, we human, man. We all hypocrites, I guess. You know what I'm saying? We pick the times we want to stand up. We pick the times we want to sit down. So now that we done got through all of that, Kendrick's performance. I'll go first. I'll let y'all jump in. So I didn't see it when it went down. Not at all. I like I said, I was on my little protest. Me protesting in my living room, right?
On your public
not watching the game. So anyway, when I watched the show on the Apple Music YouTube channel, I was like, okay, he did an okay job. He had Samuel Jackson there, but the symbolicness of it didn't catch me. Like, it didn't catch me. I didn't think it was just whack. It wasn't that, but I didn't think it was anything incredible. And then I watched it a second time, And then when he said the revolution will not be televised,
it will be televised.
Will be televised. And then he said you picked
the wrong time, but the right guy. I mean, the right time, but the wrong guy.
And when he said that, I was like, uh-oh. I was like, wow. And the crazy thing about it, I was really upset. And I've had this conversation with Jeremy. I've had it with almost everybody except for maybe Brown. Maybe I didn't have it with Brown, but he's heard me probably talk to people. I just haven't had it directly with him. But I was kind of like, man, so much crazy stuff is going on in our generation. And because the artists are so controlled by the corporations, which is, it just all ties into where we at right now, because the artists are so controlled by the corporations, it seems like everybody is just being silent, man, and all this crazy shit is going on.
You get lost on it, and that's why Kanye, Amari West said what he said. Speaking of Amari, my son's name, his middle name is Amari. It was going to be Amaru like Tupac, but I wanted it to be like Kanye and Tupac, so I did the A, ironically. Anyways, the thing that Kendrick was trying to progress was way bigger than the music, and he said it. He said, "This is bigger than the music.
Yes,
40 acres and a mule. This is bigger than the music."
Look, as an award-winning
Black
filmmaker,
History Month.
As an award-winning filmmaker and music person myself, a performer, he ran the whole gamut. He told a story. He told our story. He and especially with Orange Man in the audience. No, he left before that, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he left before that. But to the point of everybody in there that's supposed to hear the message and see them. Anybody that was woke already knew the message. They saw the message. Anybody, you know, you hear people complaining about if I could understand what he's saying, blah blah blah. Yet that you listen to thrash metal and shit just blowing your eardrums out, but you can't understand what he's saying. The message was well received. The
words are sometimes too big, and that's what I think. A lot of you guys didn't hit. I said a lot of people didn't perceive those words because they were so big.
Yes.
And then sometimes their mind, and I hate to say I hate to be like, oh, we're so more woke, but some of you guys need to read some books because
that's when it comes. That's the bottom line. Is the ability to comprehend and understand what is being articulated in the first fucking place.
Oh yeah.
I got a whole,
you said it very well.
I got a whole different perspective. My perspective is it's very difficult for racist people to admit that they're racist. Right. And a lot of it is they don't understand that they're racist. And once again, back down to the foundational Black American, because I come from two parents, knew each other from the third grade, Brookhaven, Mississippi. They couldn't cross certain lines. White people could cross the lines to get home from school, and Black people had to walk an extra 15 minutes and walk around it because this lady was like, ain't no Black folks gonna cross my line. You know what I'm saying? So coming from that experience and coming from that lineage, I see clearly, the current administration, they have woke used as if it's a bad word. Nah, woke means you're awake. Woke means you're seeing with your pineal gland. You're understanding what's going on.
That's the mobilization of the market.
If you want to explain it to a white person for them to get it, here's the simplest way that I've explained what woke is, and this and most people don't even know. Woke is, let's say you, brother, what's your name again?
Khan.
Let's say you are a realtor. I'm not. We're going to look at the same house. I'm not a realtor, but I'm looking like, ooh, damn, that shit is cool. Okay, this is okay. I could work with this. That might need to be fixed. Bam, bam, bam. But you, as a realtor, you not only see the shit that I done pointed out, but you see some other shit that ain't gonna work, that need to be fixed, that need to be dealt with, that need to be done. That's being woke.
Yeah.
That's being woke. Understanding that which the other person don't understand, or understanding your privilege. You know what I'm saying?
That's actually a great perspective to tell it like that. I always say it like the same way when I say I don't speak unless I know what I'm talking about, right? And so the knowledge that I need to hear, I'm not talking. I need to get it. So in the same aspect of, yo, I got this knowledge and you don't, it could be looked at as woke. But then in the same adversary, that same person could have something that I don't know about.
Right. It goes both ways. It goes both ways.
It's just the knowledge. It's not about, I think the bigger thing is to say it's not about being woke. It's just about being knowledgeable of what's actually going on.
The reason why I brought that up is because this person that I know that I've been going back and forth on, he was somebody I was kind of close to at one point in my life. And so when I found out that he was full-blown MAGA, you know, my little arrogant self was like, okay, I'm gonna tell him some facts. I'm gonna show him some facts. I'm gonna tell him to read a book. When people are indoctrinated into something, man, you might as well be dealing with two 13-year-olds in love, man. You ain't gonna keep them apart. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna keep them apart. They gonna be like, man, he gone. Like literally, homeboy is gone. I'm like, dude. Now,
like Public Enemy was, you know, when they came out, that was an awakening. They was woke. You know what I'm saying? Because I sure was asleep.
So this person I'm talking about, if I was to say Public Enemy to him, he say, man, those racist militants, man, you need to tone it down, man. You know what I'm saying? You need to tone it down.
Well, I mean, it's stupid to say because that same essence birthed Nas, you know? Because that he was more of a politically correct artist. That's where we got our politically correct rappers, you know, from that standpoint. When Public Enemy started doing that, because they didn't just speak about the culture, they spoke about the politics.
Well, it wasn't just them. It wasn't just them because
it wasn't. No, for sure. I'm just
X-Clan came along.
They held a big cloud for sure.
Yeah, X-Clan came along and you know and held that coattail for him, and I appreciated that. And then Poor Righteous Teachers when they
Poor Righteous Teachers, yeah.
Oh my goodness, whoo! Don't get me started, man.
You taking it back.
So with the whole, I was studying with the whole Super Bowl thing, you know, I went and like I've had this conversation with Drew Amaru a million times. I've had it with Jeremy a million times, and like it was really bothering me because I kind of felt like, okay, so the artists of today, the contemporary artists, these dudes are owned so much by these corporations that nobody's gonna speak up. You know what's going on? Like nobody. But this is the twist, though.
We comfortable.
I don't even.
I can speak like I'm owned by the same people, bro, that they own by. And I'm gonna tell you right now, bro, they gonna ring us necks as much as they can. Kendrick should have got Grammys before. They like what was going on with the marketing aspect. They gave him the Grammys, made sure he got the Super Bowl, and did what he did. Like it's all money. Like
they capitalized on the moment.
Yeah. I can't even count up how much money my label owe me, bro. And I'm still signed. And I don't want to be signed no more. But that's the business. You understand? So when you look at Kendrick up there, it's a hooray for us because he's still able to play the game. That's why he did the whole game thing. Yeah. He's like, I'm still, and then Samuel's, you're not playing the game right. You understand? He was trying to give us that, like, I know why I'm up here because I killed Drake. But realistically, I'm just playing the game. He told us, he showed it.
The last dude to really get the industry You ain't never heard from him again. Frank Ocean. When he did that album and took that money and went and put another album out, and he really came up. He really came up, man.
Honestly, he playing the same little secret thing. A lot of good artists have already, trying to get in the wave of doing. Even Tyler does it. It's just about the timing, and he sneaks his way in there when he wants to artistically because he doesn't really have to. And then a lot of the normal consumers, y'all don't know, but like he wrote on Beyonce, he wrote on this, but he's taking the 300,000 over the name credit because he wants to be hidden. So nah, he's good.
But I'm saying
he's gonna hit us with a bomb, and when he dropped that bomb, it's gonna be marketed, and them corporate same people, they finally gonna come to an understanding with him that he forced to get himself out of. The same thing that just happened with The Weeknd, when The Weeknd boycotted the Grammys, and then they brought the boy back, and then he dropped a new album.
what I'm saying is, no one is ever gonna get the system like that again. He was that white one-legged unicorn hopping around breakdancing. You know what I'm saying? Like no record. First of all, there ain't no record labels around like that to get got for a couple $1 million, and just you're just able to float off into the sunset. So I would say Kendrick, for me to criticize, and man, I'm not above being wrong. I really had an issue with this generation of musicians and artists, and I felt like no one with a voice was speaking up. I just felt like it's just people like me, people like you guys, having conversations amongst ourselves, or listening to podcasts where you have brave people. Which, man, I'm gonna give it up to DL Hughley, man. He don't he don't care, man. He don't care, and so I gotta give mine to those guys that have a platform that are able to use it. But I'll say Kendrick gave us more than what we wanted. And when I really listen to the people that criticize them, a lot of it is white supremacy that is the criticism, but the people, they don't even understand what white supremacy is. And so
it's Drake bots. It's Drake bots, okay? Listen, this is the whole game. I'm trying to give it to you without saying too much. They will literally create a fire and then put it out and then create another fire. So the idea of why are people talking bad about a performance that was, very positive, and it was really good for Black people, Black History Month. He sang some good songs. People were saying like, I wish he did this song. It's like, the fuck? You're not a musician. You're not writing my set. I had a whole message that I was trying to deliver. I gave y'all 2 unreleased verses in this whole thing too. So if you're not paying attention, guess what y'all gonna do? Which I seen it on the NFL YouTube. They done watched it 37 million times in one day. Okay. And he had 133 million views that night. More viewers than the actual game.
Mm-hmm.
The boy did what he was supposed to do. I can't even listen. Like, even when Kanye said, he said, all of my people, the people we know, we think that shit was dope. What are you talking about?
Yeah, the boardroom is happy. They are satisfied.
Oh,
the plan worked out. The diagrams
exactly, Amaru. The plan worked out. he did what he did. All right. Hopefully Drake got something really good planned for that damn football game.
Right. Now, how can we copy this shit? How can we copy this shit?
How can we? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Hey, man. Yeah, I'll say this. Kendrick went down in history, and he did something that's going to be written in history books. Like, what he did will make it to a book. Now, during this whole administration that we got going on right now, where they're probably not going, well, even if they do write new books, there's going to be books. As the moment that man isn't in office no more, there are going to be books and curriculums and whatnot. And last night is going to be discussed. It's just not going to go away. So moving on with that whole situation.
One thing I will say, the reason why it won't is because that moment was not just built from that night. It was a whole entire
culmination build up.
Yeah, man. It was laid out really well.
It was like a nigga that just got out of prison. You're gonna give it all.
I've been waiting to get at that nigga Drake. I've been waiting to get that.
Throw that ass. Throw that ass up, boy. They don't know what they fucking with.
So you, Amaru, did you think Serena was doing too much?
Nope.
Yep.
Nope. Do it.
Yeah. Once again, white supremacy and hatred and hatred. They was hating on the women. So they was like, oh, her husband, she's not over him. Da da da. Right. Put it this way. If the man done mentioned her name over and over and over again, and whatever they had has been over, and if her husband was cool with it, like, dude, really, her husband is the only person.
Her husband knew she was doing that before we did.
Right.
Exactly.
What her husband gonna say? She walked on his ass. You know what I'm saying?
No, her husband was his white ass was thinking, no disrespect, baby girl, please. I can't do nothing else. What else we gonna do against Drake?
Right.
Hey.
Go up there with Kendrick and dance, please.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, I felt that was just a distraction. They were just trying to distract. They're trying to talk. They even wanted to go into some more other craziness. So with all that being said,
how Kendrick had two of Drake's exes on the stage.
Oh yeah,
diabolical.
Hey man,
that boy is devilish.
Hey, he crying
in the Gemini.
Hey, he's still crying in the jet right now. He's still crying.
He's on the jet right now, looking at the video over and over.
Hey man,
he's like, y'all let him do this.
Hey,
he's like talking to his Jewish people, right?
Hey, he's suing tomorrow. He's suing tomorrow.
I give you one better.
Hey, this is what his lawyers was like when they was watching the game. They was on their computer like this.
Did you see when Kendrick came to the camera and said, "Hey Drake"?
Yeah, he cried right then and there.
And he smiled with the most mad scientist
because he knew it was gonna be clipped. He knew it was gonna be a meme forever.
He knew it, dude. He knew it.
He knew it. That was on the diagram right about here.
I feel like, man, anybody hating on that performance, kick rocks, dude.
They just want to start a conversation. That's all. They trying to get.
Because like, if you were, because one of the things that I said to someone else that watched it for the first time, I was like, watch it again, and then remember what hip hop is.
Right.
If Jay-Z would have did this to Nas, or Nas would have did this to Jay-Z, we would have lost our mind.
Yep. Yo, Jeremy said, can we just leave Drake in the past?
Jeremy got so many shit that he done sent me about this shit, bro. Because he know how I feel. Because me and Drake, I got a secret beef with Drake. I always say that boy owe me $6 million to this day. But we ain't gonna talk about that right now. He deserved every bit of that.
He sure did.
We were supposed to have Jeremy's homeboy on that got an owl tattooed on him. I was, oh man, that's really what I wanted for the show tonight. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to talk about what would inspire you to get an owl tattooed on you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. We should not do that to that man. Because that definitely got to feel terrible at this moment. After I saw the Super Bowl, I'm like,
but you know what though?
Owl me.
I'm not mad because that's why we at where we at. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna come with the last one. I'm gonna start with you, Amaru.
What up?
Does today's generation have it in them to stand for anything?
No. And I you know, I got grandkids who about to have grandkids, you know, about to have kids and shit. You know, I just look at my kids. I'm like, y'all niggas is lost. I just keep it 100. They like, yeah, yeah, they not some shit jump off, nigga. They gone. They dead.
We the old folks, man. We the old folks.
Like my man said, he said his kids will never know what it's like to be poor. My kids will never know what it's like to have to bust a nigga head
Or shoot somebody, or beat
fight, you know what I mean?
somebody
All
up,
that, beat somebody ass, or you know. So I really fear,
or be shot at.
you know what I'm saying? None of that shit. No, that might happen because of where they live, but
That might happen.
but yeah, that might happen. But everything else, the struggle, you know, we struggle. You know, when I was coming up and stand up and doing shit in the entertainment business, it was a struggle. We trying to make. I'm starving artist, trying to make the dream happen, all that old shit. But to really, you know, struggle. Like, nah, they not built for this. They not built for this. If Canada turned off our lights, because we in Michigan, that's where we get our energy from. If they turned off our lights, them niggas dead in 24 hours.
I'm telling you, bro.
Next week is gonna be fire. Jeremy got some stuff going on. He can't even hold it. He off in the chat. He fired.
That's why I'm saying, like, I'm saying, like, when I talk to my wifey, she's 28, bro. So I'm like, you have no idea.
Jeremy saying they standing for Palestine. That's cool. That's great. That's great. But
Jeremy,
here in the United States, they need to stand up here.
Oh, where you at?
They got to stand up here in the United States, homie. You know, they have a different plight and a different fight, but they still live here in the States, and they're gonna have to defend this shit. They can't defend Palestine from over here. They got to defend this, and I don't see it happening. It's so bad that the government has lowered the age, or not the age, but has lowered the standards to get into the army. You don't have to have a GED no more or a diploma. You know,
but I mean, to me, if I was trying to be real black about it, it's no differently than how they changed the requirements to let us get on the front line and die for this.
Right. Yep. Same thing they do with.
I mean, black people look good at doing everything. You know what I mean? Dying, living, dancing.
He gets shot. Be like, what do you have on? Look at that man.
That's one thing I wanted to bring up. Like Kanye said. Can y'all imagine how these Jews had two black dudes go against each other and then let them embarrass each other? So Kendrick's performance was beautiful.
Yeah.
But what he truly did was just another black man on the forefront of the whole world.
Facts. That's facts too.
How discriminating is that? And then Drake was about to do a lawsuit, right? Then he pulled it back, right? Because them boys called him and said, "You fucking up our money." Click. He's like, I'm cool. He's like, I'm cool. I'm gonna shut my Jewish side the fuck up.
But you know what though? That's why we need to have more conversations like this. Cause I was not looking at it like that.
Hey, that's a good perspective.
That's why we need to come together.
I didn't even think about that.
That's why we need to come together and have the conversation.
I don't think Drake is black though. That's why I didn't think of that. You know,
they do.
But that's realistically, that's what it was.
It ain't, dude. It ain't even that. What it is, we're all quick, and it's not just about who's in office right now, but we all quick to fly off the handle, man, and go in a direction, man. We all quick. So I'm gonna close everything out and just say, man, we just got to slow it down a little bit, man. Get a little more intel. We need to be like Jeremy and be fast on the keyboard and get a couple more facts, man, before we go and hop to these conclusions.
That's what me and Jeremy be on. We be on them facts, bro.
I be doing my little Googles and all, little researches and all that old shit to double check and reinforce, but the lie travel faster than anything else in this world. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And it's to a point where you don't want to explain shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I got one.
I definitely. We should definitely. Honestly, the conversation. We need Jeremy in it, and we should speak a little bit more about it next week if we can.
We gonna come back full circle. But I I'm gonna say this: the lie always sound more interesting than the truth.
Yeah.
It
Like drama.
always does.
It sounds like drama.
And that's the whole. I guess that's the whole thing of mastering Jediisms is when you can just separate yourself and you don't get your buttons pushed, because it's all to push your buttons, man. It's all to push your buttons.
Do you hear what you just said? You just reflected Kendrick's show again. He said it was a game. He made buttons from the PlayStation and showed how he pressed buttons, even when he put SZA and him inside. Listen, bro.
Diabolical, homie. Diabolical.
Hey.
That boy killed it, bro. That boy killed it.
Hey.
And then like he did what I wanted to. He said, cut that TV off.
He up for an Oscar. He should be up for an Oscar for that performance.
God damn it.
These dudes. So what you got coming up, Amaru?
I got a show, Valentine's show on the 14th, and then I'm at a comedy festival in Miami on the 20th through the 24th, and then I'm working on a television show, ironically, about a farmer's market you were just talking about earlier.
Oh, okay.
And, in New York, and then I'm working on my third volume hip hop album, Odom, Volume 3.
And where can they find you online?
My website, baby, hoodrawls.com or gdsmusic.net.
Cool. And what's up with you, sir?
You know me. I took a couple years off because I was working on a lot of music, working on a compilation and film stuff. But we probably gonna start hitting you guys with some singles, probably I think in the next like 2 or 3 weeks.
Dope.
Hey, I want to get your links, man.
Nah, for sure. Ask Greg for my numbers and just shoot me a text.
Yeah, nah, I got it. And where can they find you on the socials?
At Continental T or Atlantis Found.
Hey, dope. Well, nah, man, that's been another episode of Splendid Radio on Fireside TV. We had the spirit of Jeremy off in that chat room, you know what I'm saying, firing it up. You know,
we see you, Jeremy.
Let's see you. Jeremy, call me.
Yes, sir. And it's been another episode of Splendid Radio.